This is your daily market review for Wednesday, October 11th, 2023. Let's go.
Hey everyone, this is my channel to help investors and traders develop a probability-based mindset to succeed. Also try and keep friends informed of what's going on in the markets and the economy, and also a little real estate content as well.
This is Dan Max at eXp Realty, aka the Trading Agent. This is your daily market review, Wednesday, October 11th, 2023. Hopefully you're having an amazing week. I appreciate you guys checking this video out. Hopefully it provides a ton of value and entertainment at the same time. Let's get into it. So we've got the CPI tomorrow, the big data. The market has done straight vertical the last 3 days. The first to move in a trap is the side getting trapped. This is getting very interesting. Again, now this is why the market is a probability game and it's not always predictable and easy. The recent action in itself, confusing. Correct. No one would argue that. So let's dig deep into it. Let's try to pull out the best probability potential to come and see what we can find. Because I'm telling you, I think there's going to be some stuff that's rather interesting. All right. If you're new to the channel, Discord room, link in the description below. If you're following on YouTube or the RUMBLE, please subscribe, hit the like button, hit the notification bell. You will get notifications of when we do live chats. Already have done 3 this week. Follow on Twitter, posting. I guess it's letter X. Follow this if you're not in the Discord room. It's where you see what we're posting, what we're up to, what we're thinking. Also, too, follow on my website, thetradingagent.com. Back to Basics education series. You get the daily market reviews all in a line. If you are worried about your broker, please, Interactive Brokers, please check it out. If you also want to book a meeting about the chat about anything related, Calendly link. And then also, too, do check out the Venmo, or not Venmo, the Marcus. It's 5.4%. Every day I forget to change it, whatever. You know the deal. Get paid to sit and hold your money. Please do not get crappy interest rates, 0.1%. See me watch tool. Refreshed this earlier. I doubt it's anywhere different. Maybe 89% if I had to guess. Oh, 90.9. No pivot. Just curious if the June stuff has gotten more and more towards, a pivot in June. I don't think we're at it. Ooh, we're getting closer and closer. It's moving up. So now it's almost like May, June, which is interesting because these are basically a month apart. Notice how these are 2 months apart, 2 months apart, and then they go a month apart, then they go 2 months, they go 2 months, and then a month. It's silly. It's just silly. Bitcoin. All right, evidence of weakness in Bitcoin. Interesting, right? Can't get over 28,000. Oil, the pop that we expected at levels, not holding. That, again, says something to me. Demand destruction. Natural gas hits a resistance zone. Let's see what happens here. If you're like, oh, you're just drawing over now. Look, it makes sense. There's resistance here. It's massive. Just keep an eye on it. It's the dollar. Dollar make you holler. This is what's interesting because we talked about it being overbought. We talked about that might maybe a near-term pullback to the 20-day. As we've talked about the 20-day before, you were at the 20-day again. TLT. Now, again, we talked about there was due for some bounce. High volume down here. If you wanted to trade it, guess what? Makes sense. How much more upside? Your guess as good as mine. Notice last time we got vertical, we got, you didn't get to the 20-day, and then you went over it. So I wouldn't give the 20-day as much credit as it might have, more of the zone here. I'd be watching the auto zone, the zone here at 89. Again, I don't know if bonds are truly bottoming here. It's just an oversold rally. And again, typically you're going to get retests. The VIX coming back down. You got to be kidding me. A gift down here at the 16 level. Again, complacency comes back real damn quick when you get straight line moves. VIX, notice today was up slightly, but look at it, holding the 200-day, keeping on. Again, things that make me think like they just shredded bears and roped in the dopes. Into the gap. Could we get the 150-day cross and fill the gap on the CPI data? Maybe. But just multiple days up. I'm telling you, this is not good if you're a bull. I know they want to hear that, but this is a downtrend. Some people are saying, well, maybe we'll hit the trend line. And it's like, that's a pretty big one because now the velocity of the steepness is steeper, right? Like this is a nice smoother one. Now you got more steepness. Keep an eye on tomorrow and Friday's action. Because again, keep in mind, Friday's Day of Solidarity for Palestine, and again, whether you believe who you, again, I don't want to get political, but there's going to be rioting in the streets. There's going to be global issues and tensions on Friday, in my opinion. Q. Here you go. Now this makes sense if it got to the trend line, 373. Little double bottom / channel down. I mean, you can see IWM lagging again today, hits the 20-day, backs off. DIA, I mean, a lot of these things rallied at the end, and this is what we were talking about, how like they can squeeze right before something. They got people. They got people at the close today. Absolutely. 20-day, 200-day on the DIA. Gold, we talked about it. Hey, it tightened up down here a couple weeks ago. Last week. Could it bounce? Here you go. I mean, I struggle to see it get much higher. Silver, this thing just bouncing right back to where it was, near the low end of range. I mean, well, technically not. Again, leave it alone. Let the stuff come in till the pivot. GDXJ, 20-day. Okay. Again, we talked about these potentially. Remember, nothing goes down a straight line. Either you go down, you rally, and then chop, or you go down and you bounce, and then you come right back harder. So it's part of a trend. Just don't even get at me, bro. I'm just kidding. You know what I mean. GDX hitting up to the 50-day. Again, the best time to buy the stuff will be when the Feds pivot. And just you're channeling down. You see where you can hit maybe. I mean, again, and don't ever be surprised if after the third time it breaks out and then fakes out and comes back. We've talked about market loves threes. So does the universe. So does everyone. Bad luck comes in 3. Well, the bad luck would be the breaking the trend line and not going. AG, toast. AEM, we talked about this one leading up and now made new lows. Man, I forgot. Yeah, that's right. My computer reset overnight. Sometimes I just don't hit save every day. Channel. I mean, I guess that you see what I'm saying. There's clearly a channel here of some sort. You pick and choose if you want to play in that pool. Right? Do you want to swim in that channel? Good luck. Buena suerte. Newmont. Talk about this breaking lows and then okay, here it goes. Comes back. What do we say? Third time's a charm, right? I don't know. 1, 2. There's the third, and here's the fourth trap. Now, again, I don't think we're ripping higher, but I'm not surprised it gave a little bounce after hour. I think PAAS had some good news. Let me check. I don't know if it's up more after hours. Let's pull that up. No, I guess not. This wasn't that important. But, yeah, maybe 20-day. Good luck. Be safe. Good old tech. Taiwan Semi. Look at this, man. Look at this. Posted this in the live chat earlier today. 200-day, the 0.382. Looking juicy. Micron keeps trying to play in the 70s. Will it do it? I mean, it's at some point. AMD had no love today. I mean, it just hit the, whatever. It's close enough to the 100-day. I mean, it keeps getting up near this 110 level. Backs off. 110, back off. Keep in mind, it just doesn't look great. In general, I don't trust the semis at all. NVIDIA riding the old channel. We talked about it being possible. Now, today they had some like crazy upgrades with $1,000 price targets and a little gap. Usually when it got that at different points, this thing would be up 30, 40, $50. Now it can't. Intel, watch this like 37 range. Just look to the left. Keep it simple. SMH, down, up. It's filling a gap here. Again, I need to just hit save as soon as I get done recording. Could we get up into the 152s? It's always possible. Adobe announced AI integration into some of their software. Look where it got to today. Filled the gap. Keep it on it. Apple, we said always 180 was on the cards potentially if it kept holding up. Maybe even the channel. I mean, 100-day, always possible. Keep an eye on it. Amazon picked up over the 130 level today. Hit the 20-day, hit the channel. I mean, could you get back to this 134? It's always possible. Again, this is the thing. You have to keep these in the back of your mind. You can't sit here and go, I can't be wrong. And this has to happen every way I think it is. I wish it did. Hope that makes sense. 20-day, watch CRM. I mean, these things, we talked about in the bus. And Google, new highs, right? Like, who saw that coming? Does it need to ride the lightning and hit that channel again? Keep an eye on it. Microsoft, after hours, they owe $30 billion in back taxes. All right, sorry, that's Meta. Sorry, Meta does not. Meta retesting highs, mind-boggling. Boggles the mind. Makes 0 sense. I don't know why anyone would be buying this, but whatever. It is what it is. It's at the highs. Microsoft, after hour, $30 billion fine. I'll be watching this. NDAQ, we talked about this, broke the trend line. It's toast. Get the butter out. But not surprised, right? You break it, you come back. Especially the market's holding up. MicroStrategy, ding, chopping around. Bitcoin, got nothing. Netflix, we talked about this dog. Look at this puppy. Making new lows, hits a 20-day. That is ugly. Roblox, as we talked about, like if it got over the 50-day, it had room to run back up into the 32s. Remember, high volume highs and high volume lows become support and resistance. Like, notice how this became resistance once it got over it. Now, clear as day here, I'll show you. This should become resistance next. Hopefully that helps. Good old Tesla. I mean, hit the 268 and double 2-day ranging at the trend line. Keep an eye on it. Materials, letter X. Man, this is getting bought out potentially. It's holding up. Again, I mean, curious to see it running to new highs. But I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine on the true value of a buyout target. It's hard to know. Nucor, sideways, chop, 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 chop. I mean, it's just like do, chop, 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 chop. Caterpillar, again, hits the 275, 20-day, whatever you want to call it, chopping here. It looks like it's just, I mean, a multi-day range, and then kapow. FedEx has been a good one in the sense that it's been staying down. Looks okay. Double top, big rolling double top. Looks all right to me. VALE, some of these global growth names, again, they just look like crap. Chopping. This had a nice little gap up. I mean, again, it's oversold. I mean, it goes from 1460 down to 12. I mean, do the math. It's a decent, again, and then a rallying market. Again, some of these things, even the trash lifts. Arrow can't. Copper's not. CCJ then. Now, this is, again, we talked about the double top and stuck. Lower highs, like this is the first bounce that gets bought. This is not strong. This thing is going to get slam jammed. And then I will see you in the 30s, low 30s. And then maybe what? I don't know. Slam jam. CF, again, we love ag names long term. Let them come in. We don't trust them. Just chopping. Chop, 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 chop. Chop, chop, mosaic, NTR, chop, 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 chop. Do you like the chop? Okay, right. AA, we talked about this one. Dead at the bottom. Just again, these good luck. XLF. Now, this is the one we talked, and some of the stuff we said. We got bank earnings Friday. BlackRock, Citigroup, JP Morgan. Are you surprised they did a little short covering rally into the earnings? Now, look at multi-day ranges here, getting a little tired. Keep an eye on this stuff. JP Mo. I mean, it's probably going to be stuck at the 50-day at max before earnings, but if you want to play the earnings, just remember, limit your risk. Know your risk, because you could get blown out. They could pop and flop these things. Morgan Stanley, same thing, looks like crap. Goldman, again, they're just oversold rallies. KRE, same thing, oversold rally. Just dead. Okay, it's coming back to the 20-day. I mean, you got to expect this stuff. I'm sorry, it's just straight line moves down and straight line moves up just don't happen. And once they do, they get real dangerous. XBI, another name of strength that would be in the market. Junior bios, not looking so hot. Just not looking so hot. Just is what it is. I mean, it's clearly in a steep channel down. I just don't know if it's getting up to here. And if it is, you'll know it, but don't mind. Solar, we talked about, has just been in purgatory. Nice little rally. I mean, are you surprised? We talked about you need to wait for a bounce. Well, good. Sedge in today couldn't even be green, but these names look so bad. ENPH just looks so bad. Now this one again, you probably could. Man, these things have just been absolutely beaten. You got to be careful on these. I mean, I'm not saying that they couldn't just absolutely collapse, but they could squeeze quickly. First Solar, we talked about it holding down here at the 140s after the next level. I mean, it seems to be stair-stepping near term. That's a tough one, actually. I'm going to have to... I mean, I guess you could say somewhere in the zone here, 160. Yep. Okay. HYG, curious that, again, corporate debt, tired action today. Oil, up, down, all over the place, chopping today. Not surprised. Again, global destruction also versus a global insurrection potentially. Nat gas holding up pretty well. Got to give it credit. XOP, again, if you got the drip in the 9s, not too bad. I mean, very clear resistance here. 9. I mean, or sorry, not 9s. That was the price to buy, getting in around drip. This looks pretty good for a short. Just watch this area. I mean, again, it might not collapse until the market does, but man, if you're already in, you're probably feeling actually pretty good because it's holding. ExxonMobil, we should have held the short on this, but again, they buy PXD. We've always said, and if you pay attention, ExxonMobil has always been bad about buying companies at the highs in cycles. Just keep that in mind. Valero, again, we'll talk about some of these gas names. PXD getting bought out. I think it's clearly the buyout targets that I think they're buying them for $60 billion. I don't think it's going anywhere from there. So you might as well, we're probably going to be deleting it. MPC drops, man, if it hits the 20-day, you know what to do because the 20-day will line up. I mean, you're kind of close to this zone anywhere. Anywhere over 149, 150 looks smart to me. Occidental, It's an accident. Nice little Buffett sell zone chopping around. EQT, we talked about. Watch the 44 here. It's getting close to it again. Right? You hit it. Now it's getting. Is that a professional gap? Keep an eye on it. Flex LNG. Again, we like this name long term because we think on dips long term we will be exporting the nat gas. So if you have any questions, again, please reach out. I appreciate all the love, support, the generous donations. I know this isn't easy. And that's the thing. Like, people get really caught up in these straight line moves, and it confirms me that they think it gets more bullish the more straight line it gets. And I'm telling you, it's actually sometimes dangerous in these situations because, again, if the market is slowly dropping down and then rallies quickly, that's bear market tendencies, right? Because think about bull market tendencies. Slow up, quick drops that get bought back. Think about that, and that's where we're at. If you have any questions about real estate, you have any questions about Interactive Brokers, the Marcus account, Calendly link below, hit me up. Let's talk. Let me know how I can help you. I'm here to help. Do not take the mindset that you are alone on this, because you're not. I'm here. Love you guys. Have a great night. Talk to you later.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, stop by the Discord room. A link is in the description below. Also, if you'd like to help support more free content, the PayPal link is in the description as well. I appreciate your continued support of the channel.